I teach throughout my work that the key to trauma informing anything is a willingness to modify language. And indeed, some of the strongest criticisms that I've heard about 12-step recovery from trauma professionals is that the language of the 12 steps are outdated. And my response to that is, you're right. The 12 steps were originally penned by two cisgender white men, upper middle class, in the 1930s. So a technique that I use a lot with folks when they approach the 12 steps, and we're going to do 2 sample steps here with this, is how can we change the original language of the step into language that will work for us more effectively now in the present day, perhaps as a person who's activated by some of those original terms. So one of the criticisms that we hear is step 1 itself. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable. And so when I'm sitting down with a client, I'll say, let's just kind of look at where the points of activation are in this step for you. What words are the problem? And then I try to go into some of the just discussions about how we can pick apart each word. So let's start with we, even that pronoun. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol. It is not an I. It's not saying I am powerless, I am a powerless person. Rather, we, meaning the collective we, the fellowship, that there have been others who have survived this shipwreck of addiction with us. And I also would challenge you to consider how that word powerless, what that may do for you even in your body right now. The step is not saying I am a powerless person. And that's how a lot of individuals in the trauma therapy field see or read the step. It is saying we are powerless over alcohol. So what that means for me is if I put alcohol in my body, it's very likely that the alcohol is going to win. And there's really a lot of Eastern wisdom in this idea as well, that by admitting where I am struggling, that by admitting where I just need to surrender and let it go, we can actually step in to a great deal of power. So another thing you could do more somatically is to encourage your folks, and you can try this right now, to even move the hands a little bit back and forth between power and powerless. Power and powerless. Let me try that along with me. And ask, how can I actually gain or step into my empowerment as my true self when I could admit to those things that may trip me up?